KSYM, San Antonio College Radio. This is the Urban Suite D Major, Cheryl Metal, TV Robby in studio with us. So, just talking off air. Shouts out to Miss James for jumping into Cheryl's IG Live.
Yes, sir.
Just talking about some of the opportunities that he helped present to you in performing on stage. And you was explaining about how everything went.
Yeah. So really it went, I got introduced to him. From what I heard, he was kind of like iffy about me, so he wanted to like meet me in the studio. That first day, you know, I recorded a hook for him, and he was like, okay, I think I like this guy. And then we went to the studio probably like a couple days after that, and we recorded a full song. And then he was like, all right, well, I got a show, you know, in a week or whatever it was. And he was like, you're gonna come on in. And I was just like, all right, cool. And then, you know, I wasn't the best at the time, but you know, he saw something and he was like, you know what, every single show that I get, you're on it. Just because he saw, you know, he saw something. I don't know exactly what it was at that time, because at that time, I don't know. But, you know, he saw something in every single show, whether it be, you know, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or, you know, opening up for Ashanti, you know, he you know, let me have my shine. So I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, and like I said, Mitch has been around for a minute, truly established artist. How does it feel to have someone with that, you know, established background to give you that much validation in you know, performing and your craft?
You know, at first I didn't really know what to make of it, just because like I'm a very closed off person. If I don't know something, then I'm just not gonna know it until somebody tells me. But then I started like, you know, I started rolling with Mitch and YB, and we started, you know, he started taking me everywhere, and I started slowly but surely like realizing like, oh man, Mitch really is that dude, you know, when it comes to, you know, getting the show going, and you know how respected, you know, he was and is still. So it feels real good now knowing what I you know, what it all led to.
Nice. And shouts out to Miss James.
Hell yeah.
I definitely gotta try to get him back up here for an interview or just to chill. Definitely.
Oh, he will. Won't you, Mitch?
Okay, right. Now, your production game.
Top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Like I said, explain the growth to the point where, you know, people are reaching out to you for your production and working with you on tracks that they need.
So really it all started from, like I said, I was producing for myself, and I just started making so many beats that like there was no way that I was ever gonna hop on all of them. So if I would make like 40 beats, you know, I would use 3-4 of them. And I just stacked up a folder so big that it's okay. I started, you know, moving around, and more people started kind of getting familiar with me.
Yeah.
So I would just do my best and just send out whatever to whoever. And I think I just said this the other day. Like, it was a point where I couldn't even give these beats away.
You couldn't give them away?
No.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know what it is, like the recognition or whatever the case may be, but. You know, slowly but surely, like Mitch would hop on one, or regardless, I'm gonna hold myself down. So I'm gonna make a classic song out of whatever beat that I make.
Right.
And then, you know, I think maybe like Jeff Texas was like one of the first people to like buy a whole like beat pack from me.
Okay.
And then
shout out to Jeff.
Yeah, shout out Jeff. And then it just kind of slowly grew from there until I got a placement with Rich Greedy on SA Talk 2. And once that came out, that's when really the floodgates like kind of opened, in the sense to where a bigger audience of people got to know me, so much to the point where that Mexican OT's manager had reached out.
Wow.
And this was, you know, this was back when he had like maybe 2,000 to 3,000 followers. You know, they had reached out, and they had wanted to do something, and I wasn't too sure. I don't know, like I wasn't too sure of the situation or whatever the case may be, but you know, he gave me a personal call and he was like, hey man, like this is what I'm trying to do. So it made me more comfortable to be like, okay, he had wanted like a trap cumbia style beat.
Okay.
I had one in the tuck already, so I sent him that one. A day or two later, he had it recorded, and then by the end of the week, he had the whole video done with Lil Mexico.
Wow.
And
Wow, that's fast turnaround.
yeah, so once that happened, that just like really secured the relationship to be like, okay, well, here's more, and yeah, now we're here.
Man. Does it feel like some validation when he actually reached out personally
Yeah,
to give you a call? Because
Yeah.
you know, most people just email or whatever, but to reach out,
yeah,
speak to the man.
yeah. But like I said, maybe it wasn't like a huge shock because you know he wasn't really making that much noise at the time. But what the thing that I'm really proud of is the fact that we were able to build that relationship. Because like I can call him whenever. Like I really do consider him family, and it's the same.
Nice.
You know, on his side, because you know we've had dinner with each other's families and whatnot, and the bond really with him and his people is what really makes it validating for me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Speaking of, how was the event over at Studio 210?
Man, that was cool, but it was hot. But it was cool.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really good to see, man. Because I told him, I was like, man, it's beautiful to see that. Because the very first time that he was ever going to come out was whenever he was on tour with OGZ.
Mm-hmm.
And you know he was like, man, we're going to be in your city. You know, what do you think it's going to look like? I was like, man, this was already after La Coda went viral. And I was like, bro, they're going to come out. That's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be wishy-washy. It's not going to be anything crazy. It's like, they're going to come out. And sure enough, they came out, and that crowd was cool. And then they came out maybe like 2 times after that, and it got even better. And then they went to, he performed at Smoke, and that crowd was crazy. And then, you know, the Studio 210 was just probably like double the size, and it was just, I was like, man, it's beautiful to see, because I told you they're not gonna sleep on you. They really mess with you.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. People are definitely starting to catch the wave with him. So
definitely.
and not just in Texas. I mean, I'm hearing people like Tennessee,
Yeah.
Georgia,
Yeah.
the rest of the South. I mean, they're really catching on to what he's got going on. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah, just have the billboard up there in New York
get the billboard going.
for his album release. Lone Star Luchador just came out, and that's another crazy big accomplishment. I don't think it still really hit me, but you know they posted something the Spotify charts that in the U.S. it went top 3. He was sitting at number 3 right behind Travis and Post Malone.
Wow.
And then globally it was in the top 10. I think he was like at 10 globally. So I was like, man, that still hasn't really hit me, but I know it's like amazing.
Hey, Texas, stand up.
That's
For sure.
fantastic.
Hey, y'all, stay tuned. We've got more coming up with TV Robby. In this next block of music, we have tracks from 7098 and its shells. But right now, a track from TV Robby. This is Midnight in Houston. Do not go anywhere. More coming up. This is the Urban Suite KSYM, San Antonio College Radio.